Hey church, happy Tuesday. Today's question is, do I enjoy prayer? It's not, do you pray? It's not, how often do you pray? How long do you pray? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes? Do I enjoy prayer? And if I'm honest, I can look at my faith life now and in the past, and I can see times where my answer would be yes to that, and times where my answer would be no to that. And I think that's the honest human experience. All of it is okay. But I love the way that the author of our book describes it. He says that enjoying prayer is not only about having a delightful, sunshiny experience all the time we're praying. It's more about having a worshipful experience that gives way to some sort of discovery that allows for that connection with God. And when I think about prayer, church, sometimes I think that we have to just give ourselves more opportunities to pray, more ways of prayer. And here's what I mean by that. There's a book that I had to read for one of my seminary classes early on in my seminary stuff. Sacred Rhythms by Ruth Haley Barton. She defines prayer as all of the ways that we communicate and commune with God. All of the ways. So if we were to all go around the room, assuming that we're all in the room together, if we were to all go around the room and share all the different ways that we like to spend time with our people closest to us. Some of us would enjoy conversation. Some of us would enjoy activities. Some of us are not really people of many words, and we just like to sit in the same room with our people. Friends, if we think about all of that and we think about prayer as just a way, all of the ways that we communicate and commune with God, doesn't it make sense that we would all have different ways that we do that? But I think we often narrow the focus of prayer and say prayer looks like this. Prayer looks like sitting upright, folding our hands, saying some words, and moving on with our day. When really, what if prayer could be something more? For example, I try to have time in maybe more traditional defined prayer every morning. But what's most interesting to me is that more often, the times where I feel that sense of discovery and that connection with God, the time where I enjoy prayer the most, so usually on my evening walks, walking my dog, spending time in nature. There's something about that that makes me feel connected to the presence of God, that where I actually want to just start telling him stuff and start spending time with him, and we're connected, and there's something authentic about that. It doesn't feel forced. I have felt the presence of God, and I have been moved to pray while I'm doing yard work. And it's so authentic, and it's so different than maybe me trying to force something. Friends, what if we aren't enjoying prayer because we're limiting it? And what if we could be enjoying prayer a lot more if we expanded what we thought prayer was? So this week, maybe think of one or two ways that you want to try to expand your definition of prayer. Where do you feel most like yourself? Where do you find most joy and peace and contentment? What if you invited God into that? What if when you were out in your garden, you took a minute and invited the Holy Spirit into that, and then you just started talking to him? What if you started talking to God while you're gardening? What if you started talking to God while you're working on your car? What if you started talking to God while you're on the treadmill, or whatever it is that you do, while you're painting, while you're creating, while you're building something? There's no limit to the presence of God. And if prayer is all the ways that we communicate and commune with him, then why don't we give ourselves a chance to enjoy it, to have that authentic discovery in more ways than we thought perhaps prayer could look like? God bless you. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you next Tuesday.